Actually, before we find that out, it's feeding time. So we're going to see how this is going to work out. My mind's just shot right now. There we are. Free time. Okay, so it's nearly... We've got 2 hours until feeding time. These guys are very hungry. However, this is going down, apparently. Which is very interesting. They're very happy. And these being completed, which is pretty fantastic. So what we'll do is we will go ahead and we will use all of our money to create the tile floors. You know what? No, we're not going to do that. Not yet. We want to make sure this is all set up first. We've got some lights as well. Probably want to get some power cables thrown in there. I'm not sure how much that costs. They're pretty cheap, I would say. Oh, no, they're not. No. That is pretty expensive. That is pretty expensive, yes. You know what? We probably want a secondary control system for this other side of the prison. Mostly because this one's being used up fairly aggressively. So what we'll do is we will cut that bit out. We're going to do the same on this side. And we're probably going to have just a secondary, well, a third control system, actually. There we are. It will be connected up eventually. I'm not too sure where it's going to go. Probably in the middle here, next to like a big security room. Or maybe inside the command center. I like the idea of that. Have a big command center. That might be something we do. And that'll be surrounded by... Well, we'll have a yard here and a yard here. The showers can probably be on either side here. The center we basically want to fill up. What's this looking like now, though? Well, if you turn your heads, tilt your heads even, 90 degrees to the left... You will see that we have some trousers, some arms, and 2 eyes with a nice little face. And look, he's going, oh! His mouth is like, whoa! Like he's in awe. And then he's got a big cigarette tattoo on his face. That's his brain as well. The canteen's his brain. Look at all these cells. He's very stupid, apparently. That's not many cells. Anyway, re-tilt your heads 90 degrees to the right so that you can not suffer neck strain in the future. Thank you very much for participating in this study. Anyway... We will just keep, there you go, view interaction. That's what that is. We were all in it together. Anyway, we need to relight the shit up. And not start any fires. What's going on over here in work? Not much. However, they've all been fed apparently. Which is pretty great. Pretty much fairly well, I would say. Am I doing this right? Yeah, I am. 45%. Okay, I figured they would be a little more, I don't know, livid, I suppose. Like, I would be pretty... pissed off if I got like one day I got a delicious burger and chips with bacon smothered around some sausages, okay, blankets you could say as well, blankets. I can't remember exactly what they're called, to be honest with you. I'm not as British as maybe I should be. But yeah, pigs and blankets. I think that's actually what they're called then. Maybe we should open this up. That'd be a pretty good idea. Having a nice little talk. Hygiene. Mom, it's really bad around here. The hygiene is awful. I just keep showering and it doesn't stop. And then one day I drop the soap. And these dogs keep looking at me funny. Rough. That dog's tired, apparently. That's not good. Why are you talking about shitting in front of your parents? Look at the dad right now. He's like, oh my god. My son's a complete fucking wreck. What is your name? Justin Webb, it's you again. Bowels. Talking about your bowels again. You got some... Wait, what? Oh, wait, this is the actual guy. Is this your actual son? Who's this, then? Who are you? Alright, anyway, okay, you... 25 years. Murder. So, wait, you allow visitation even though you murderer. You murderer! You phony! Wow, what are your grading chances? High punishment. Literally no reform chance. Security is minuscule for this guy. Health is not looking too great either. That's most probably because we changed the food. Wow, we need to really get our security up. I think that's a good idea. Security will probably get us a little bit more money in. What we'll need to do is probably have a few more lockups. That's what will need to happen. I reckon what we could do... We won't do that right now because the freedom is keeping everyone tame while we have this food shortage. So, I mean, having like a lockup take over maybe... Like, maybe we take over lockup just one on these every time. But the thing is, I don't want them to be locked up every second of the day. Like, maybe they get 1 hour lockup after they wake up, and then the shower, and then the same lockup before they go to sleep. I like the idea of that. Make sure everyone's all in their cells before sleep time actually takes place, because once sleep time, all the lights go off. You can't see shit. Is that a disembodied head? Oh, that's a dummy. Wait a minute. Why is there a dummy here? Shakedown! I found a dummy head. Okay. So it's shakedown time. We should really not be doing this in the middle of the day. I felt that's a good idea, especially during working hours. But we need to find out because there's a disembodied dummy head right there. And something tells me someone's digging up some trenches. So, there you go. We found some alcohol apparently, which is pretty fantastic. Not really. We found a lighter, 2 alcohol. We found a syringe, which is not great. Found some medicine, booze, cigs, lighter. That's a particularly nasty needle. The nasty needle. Wow, we can buy this entire section right here. That's huge. We got quite a lot of land as well. We got a lot more than what it looked like with the red blob. Buy this side as well. This is pretty great. Costs quite a lot though. I'm not too sure we'll need to increase the size of our prison by that much after a little while. But then again, it's always nice to have extra cells. That's how it works. After a little while, we're pretty much doing the same thing over and over again. It's pretty great. I like how I could just buy more land. Then we'll sell it all for millions. Not really. I'm not too sure how much this is worth. Maybe we can find out how much this is worth. I think you can only go up to $250,000 anyway. Wow. That's quite a lot of money, I would say. What makes bricks and mortar? Okay. Fixtures and fitting. So pretty much you just sell everything. Is that it? I guess so. Get quite a lot of prisoner capacity. Cash in general, what you have on you. Bank loans. We have no bank loans. And starting grant, minus 50,000. Safety and security. Right, so yeah, there's... I do own 100% of this prison. I'm not going to sell shares. Of course, how much would we get if we did sell a share? So let's see. Buy and sell shares. You can sell up to 50% of your prison as shares to outside investors. You will be paid in cash immediately in return for the investment. Your shareholders will take... Excuse me. Will take their fraction of the total sale price when you sell your prison. E.g., if you sell 30% shares in your prison, you will only receive 70% of your final sale value. You can buy back shares you have previously sold at any time, although the cost may be higher than the sale price you received. So yeah, we're not going to sell shares because I like the idea of having the prison to myself. However, the only bad side about that would be that we're running low on money. However, that's going to be fixed in the next day. Well, after the next day completely, when we have the entire food nutrition program. Then we'll get 15 grand, which isn't really that much, but you got to think about it in the grand scheme of things. That's how you got to do this. We want to make extra cells here. While we're pissing around, we should go into planning. And we should make ourselves these cells. So let's see. These cells... Oh, no, that's too far. So we'll have cells like this. There we are. And I'm liking it. I want to make sure it's perfectly symmetrical. And the way I'm doing it right now is just granting us perfect symmetry, which I'm liking the idea of. So if I just do this so I can actually get it done perfectly. So let's see. From this corner is 5 by 5. That's a bit weird. Alright, it's because this cell's slightly bigger. Alright, so if we just do that. No, that's still weird. Is it weird? Is it completely weird? I mean, who am I? Who are we? No, that's weird. That's very strange. Right, if we just get rid of this entire section right here, make sure we can do this perfectly. So let's see, this goes out by 4. There we are. And then this over here, which is stretched across by 4. Across by 4 right here, and then out a few more. And we're back. Yeah, okay. I disappeared for a second, that's fine. We don't want to know what happened. I completely forgot what I was doing, however, which is pretty great, I would say. We don't have much longer to go, though. So what were we doing? Well, we were shakedowning, apparently, which is pretty fantastic. What we were also doing is increasing the second part of our prison, which is pretty fantastic. Also planning out the new cells, which is... It's alright. It's alright. See, that bit less exciting, I would say. That bit also looks a little bit wrong. Why is this side significantly weird? Obviously, I'm missing something here. I want the center to be like this. But it's not going out. It's got to be like this, doesn't it? Looks like it. In order for the corner to be properly adjusted. But the thing is, now it's 6 and 5. Whereas this is 5 and 5. Yeah, so that's a bit strange. I'm not too sure what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, of course. I Okay, it's pretty obvious, actually. That's what I was doing wrong. There we go. That's fine. I completely forgot to adjust this wall to the particular parameters, you could say, of the cell layout. Anyway, let's go in super speed mode. We still need to find out one of the cells. I'll search one of the cells. However, no one's been digging around, which means that disembodied dummy head was just mere coincidence. I like the idea of that. We will keep going. However, pretty good. We'll keep going, however, pretty good. Nice. Right, so we're going to set the cell parameters, which is a good idea. Takes a little while, and by that I mean not very long at all. And that is perfect. Oh, I'm burping a lot right now. I do apologize. A drink of water will settle that down most probably. Now, if we just go along here. Doing the center is going to be a little bit more of a kerfuffle. But I think just planning it out first is going to be a good idea. We want cells. Oh, crap. All the way along here. And then we can plan around them and get rid of some of these cells and turn them into particular facilities. Like showers and groupie rooms. Showers, groupie rooms, you know, many other facilities can also be involved there. Okay, this is the big moment. This is when we've got to find out if this is actually going to work. I think it is actually going to work out perfectly. Yeah, 5 by 5. Okay, beautiful. That is absolutely perfect. There we are. Obviously, we've got the big rooms here for the big cheeses of the area. That should be 5 by 5. Just double checking. It looks like it is, but I always like to check just in case. There we are. Oh, that's wrong. And that is also wrong, because the other one was wrong. See, a chain reaction took place right there. Right, okay, so as you can see, there's quite a large amount of cells right here. And it's going to be the same on the other side. Unfortunately, cloning ain't going to work. What the hell are all you guys doing? They're all like exorcising. They're all going into some sort of exorcist trance right now, which is not particularly amazing. So what we will do, Merv, that was particularly adorable. However, we're not looking for that right now. What we will do is we will destroy this wall and this wall. And we will do the same on this side. Just so no one gets stuck. That'd be particularly amazing. Unfortunately, prisoners will be able to just throw things around. But as long as no one gets stuck, I'm pretty much fine with that. They got rid of them very quickly as well, which is pretty fantastic. Merv wants to go into the secret cage, I think. Which is why he's rattling around and making so much noise. Is that why, Merv? See? So hopefully he captured that, because he just went, go on. Go on, son. That'd be pretty fantastic. Okay, shakedown is done, pretty much. Don't have to worry about it too much anymore. Let's just see what we've got right here. Well, not dummies is pretty great. Dummies are pretty easy to spot right now, because we have seen the disembodied head. Also, we've got the only guy with any facial definition whatsoever's head. Once again, keep an eye on him. He might get shanked in the showers. That'd be that'd be quite unfortunate, in fact. Let's not have that happen. Right, so now we've also got to plan out the walkways. So I'm thinking the walkways should be along here, sort of what we've been doing before. I'm just going to turn it into a pathway, because I think that's a good idea. Just so it's much more easier to define it as the walkway. Of course, then we might forget to actually make it into... That's wrong. Already, we have failed to make this perfect. There we are. So now that's one of the walkways. We should put cells on the other sides of these walkways, like this. Obviously, it's all about the cells right now. I want quite a lot. I want them to be easily accessed as well. So now this corner's pretty weird. Actually, no. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Okay. So what do we want in this corner? Well, we could, because it's one block away, have just sort of a big room right here. Like this. Okay, and then we'll see what happens when we do that. I think this shouldn't work out, actually, but... Not only that, but it's out of sync with everything else. See, it's going to work, but it's going to be a bit awkward, so let's not do that. Let's instead... What are you doing? Hey, that's my cold tea. Oh, it's cold. That's not good. What we'll do is we'll build up here, and then we'll leave this square out completely, okay? This is my master plan. What we're going to do is we're going to turn this into nothing. And it's just going to be a big path. I like the idea of this. We'll have a little thing in the middle there, and it'll be a little camera area. Nice. I like it. This is good. It's working out. Right, we need a 5 by 5 area right here. Oh, if we just shape it out right there. Beautiful. Now we're going to see if these walls here actually shape out perfectly. Obviously, we'll work around it. No, stop drinking that. That's bad for you. Any sort of caffeination will not be good for you whatsoever. Right. There we are. Oh. Okay, yes, sure, we got a little solitary right there. We'll just have that for any arseholes. There we are. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Definitely give us a lot more people in our... I was going to say gym then. Sure, it's a gym. Why not? That is perfect. Fantastic. See? All part of the plan, I would say. There we are. Now, obviously, we want to get rid of some of these to accommodate utility. So right now, we've got a lot of open spaces. I'm going to say that this bit should be like some mini showers on the corners there. I like the idea of that. Just have some mini showers. It'll use up the excess space that we have. We'll get rid of this because it's sort of in the way. So we've got sort of 2 mini showers. And I think they should be able to accommodate if we have sort of 4 shower heads there, 4 shower heads there. Like 2 there as well. We have a drainage system right here. I would say that would work out and probably accommodate them fairly well. Of course, that's got to accommodate for quite a few people. So perhaps we have like another mini shower along here. Oh, we've got an unfortunate situation taking place. Oh, crap. It's because they're all hungry. Right, where's the free time meter right now? Okay, it's nearly feeding time, which means... Oh, shit. The danger level... 1 death has taken place right now. I knew this feeding thing would be a bad idea. Let's send the SWAT team in. Wait, where's the SWAT team? Let's pause for a second. I forgot how to get the SWAT team. Emergencies, there we go. So we'll get the riot police in. We will send them to this area. There we are. The riot police are coming in. It should be feeding time soon enough after the yard time has taken place. But I feel like we're going to have too many unfortunate incidents before that actually takes place. This is very, very bad, okay? Very bad, in fact. Loads of deaths are taking place right now. We've had one, lots of unconscious people, and they're not going to be able to eat at the same time. So it's feeding time right now. Lots of food has been placed out. Hopefully, they can all start eating and enjoying themselves with this low-quantity meals that they have right here. See, I told them, I gave them the letters, I said that we were going to have low-quality meals. And now, half of them are unconscious. So, they should have paid attention. They should have listened. However, now quite a lot of them are actually eating, which is pretty fantastic to see. However, at the same time, a lot of them are unconscious. So, and 2 of them are dead. That's what happens when you start riots, guys. Okay? You get deaths. And that's something we can't, like, have right now. Our riot police are sort of hanging around like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? They look very angry as well. How are you moving that guy? How are you doing this? Guard. Why can I not rename guard? Seriously, I would like to rename guards. That'd be pretty fantastic. I'd like to have a guard called Stanley, basically. That would help out fairly well. And it looks like everyone's chilling out now. Because of the low quantity meals thing. Everyone's sort of had their fill. They've eaten quite a lot. We can get rid of these riot police. Thank you very much for your service, gentlemen. Everyone now needs to be taken to the infirmary and into solitary. It looks like we can only get 1 guy in solitary per time. Which isn't good. Which means what we will be doing is we will be setting up mini rooms inside this mini solitary area. We will be getting rid of these doors. No, not dump. The opposite of dumping. Okay, well, as soon as you click to dump, the progress will not be deleted. Unless you start the game and then go. Nope, okay. As soon as you click that, it's sort of too late. So they're all chilled out now. 97%, which is pretty fantastic. We're nearly there. But now these solitary rooms are going to have to be set as 1 person. Because we should have a lot more people inside these rooms. Significantly more. So, we will do the same to this solitary area. We will dismantle these doors. There we are. I'm hearing someone going, ho ho, ho ho. Which is pretty great. Whoa. A lot of cash flow, unfortunately. Probably because of the death. I would say that was probably why. So we're making less money. Which is quite awkward, I would say. However, we should be making enough from the work time. From all the resources that we are currently making. Or at least will be making soon enough. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. Our grant is nearly complete. And then we can send everyone into a nice, healthy eating regime. And it's been a fairly humorous amount of days as well. Since our prison was opened, I would say. It's not a long time, though. Not really. It's 2 months. There we go. Been open for 2 months. Not amazing. Right. I don't really want to make the doors now because we don't really have the money. And also the money is going down. So I don't want to go into the negatives, basically. However, while we're dealing with that, we've got 97% on this left, which means we probably just need to go through the day. We need more people in the infirmary. I'm surprised there isn't more. There we are, we did it. Clap, 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 clap. Okay, now quickly, before we forget, we should change the eating regime to medium again. Or maybe to ease... No, we'll go back to medium. There we go. We'll go back to medium, and we'll go back to having 2 meals a day. So let's see. Immediately after a shower, eat, and immediately before bed, eat. We'll have a 1 hour free time as well. We need more lockup, though. So we're going to have a lockup here and a lockup here. So you got less time to sleep. Only 6 hours sleep. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we do this. We have a lockup there. Then we can have a shower time. Then we can have free time. No. Then we have eating time. Eating time at 10 to 11. And then we have yard time for 2 hours. Some nice exercise being thrown in there. We have a lockup between 2 of them. And then maybe during the working hours, we can have 1 extra working hours. Of course, the free time now is being limited quite significantly. So maybe we have... I like this new regime. There's a little bit of free time, though. So maybe we add some free time into the work time. Just like right here. So which I think 4 hours is good enough for the working time right now. And we'll edit around it later. Right now, though, they do get about 7 hours sleep. So that's decent, I would say. They get up at 7. Okay, could be worse. They could get up at 6. See? There you go. The world goes round, basically. However, ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching me, the Innkeeper, play Prison Architect MEGAMAX. Absolutely fantastic right now. Everything is going well. We completed a grant, which means we can put more grants up our arse, basically, which is pretty great. I wouldn't recommend doing that, though. That doesn't sound very healthy. However, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch for... Oh, wait, no. Twitch for live streams. Twitter is what I was meant to say there. For updates on my channel. And I'll see you guys next time. For some more MEGAMAX. Bye-bye.